Hey everybody, Steven here. So last time I showed you a bit of my work and I told you that I need to get a portfolio together. So I kind of did a draft in InDesign. It's really easy software to use to bring images and do your presentation. And as you can see, you got terrace housing, the high rise, America's Cup, the Punch Valley project. I got one of the project I did in second year where I built the infinity mirrors. Then I got a section for ArchiCAD and SketchUp. Just wanted to show the type of work that I can do and how I use the software. And then here at the bottom I got a page showing other stuff that I do that I can relate it to architecture. For example, I'm part of the Urban Sketcher Auckland. I actually started the group maybe 6 years ago, but it wasn't called Urban Sketcher at that time. I think it was called Esquisse, and then turned into Big Draw, and we recently got affiliated with Urban Sketcher, so now we are the local chapters. And then of course the YouTube channel about the tutorials and architecture, and also drawing. Prior going back to uni, I was really in a phase where I wasn't sure what I was gonna do, and I actually did a lot of drawings. I think I was drawing nearly every day, and I wanted to try a different type of medium. Like for this one, I used charcoal and then watercolor paints. I also did little sculptures and some sketches, just to show that I can draw. But I have to say, I haven't really drawn like this for a while. Just been so busy doing architecture plans or 3D stuff that it was kind of put in the background now. But that's something I should really get back into it. And for my last page, I was gonna put my CV, so the different classes and course that I've done, and the different place I worked, and my skills and interest. Okay, let's go have a closer look at my portfolio for now. Things, oops, control. So going to full screen mode. So if you remember, for this presentation I had more drawing. I had some elevations and sections, but I thought for the portfolio it'd be better to just focus on a few of the drawings that I think are the best, and kind of showcase what I wanted to achieve while I was designing it. Because I remember while doing the housing, I spent a lot of time planning the spaces, and so that's why I think it's important to apply the floor plans. And the isometric view kind of give you another understanding of the programming and how they relate to each other, and you kind of have a view of the facade, so it kind of acts like elevations. And then you get the big 3D isometric sections. That's like my hero shots. I got some view of the interiors and a picture of the model with other people's models, just so they can see how it is in context and what was the aim of that project. So I think I just have to redo that axonometric, maybe higher resolutions. I'm still not sure if I should just have like one image per panels, but I think it's good like this. And then for the high rise, I think this one's a bit difficult to do. Okay, if you remember, let me go and have a look at the portfolio and the high rise. So that's what we had. So I had like 4 different sheets and many floor plans, but like I said before, there's some stuff that I don't think are really relevant to get a good grasp of the design. So I think I thought that I'll just have the site plan, a diagram of how I came up with the shapes, the section, just to show the program and how they relate, a view of the structure, so I could talk about like the different floor plates and how it was going to be put together, and the floor plan, of course, which is what I've spent most of the time on with. As you can see, I was really focused on the geometry and trying to maximize the area while providing good spaces. And also, maybe one thing that you can't really notice straight away is that I try to keep all the services around the core. So here you get the staircase, no, not the staircase, the elevators and the service room. And then around here you get the service band with the staircase and all the toilets and laundries. And then you get the bedrooms and the kitchens, and then you get the living rooms and the balconies. So I think that's one of the concepts that I wanted to show. I think during my presentation that's not something that really came across straight away, but that was one of the big driver of the overall shapes of the design. And then an isometric view of the model. I think I like to have just like what I did for the terrace housing, that type of isometric, but maybe without the wall, so you can actually read the floor plans a bit better. Because right now on that design there's actually one layout for the bottom part, one for the shopping area, one for the podium, one for the, I think those were meant to be offices, and then I got open areas. So there's different floor plans, but because during my presentation I just didn't have enough space to put on the sheets, so I think I might just do an isometric view and just extend vertically. And then America's Cup. So on this one I kinda kept the same layout. I mean, all the drawings are pretty nice, and I might just have to retype this so that the scale is all consistent. On here I get the hero shot, the diagram, and the site plan. The thing that I didn't include was the floor plan. I didn't think my floor plan was that great. I haven't spent that much time on it, and during this project was mostly about the structure and how they relate with the outside, so didn't really have time to work on the inside. So that's why I decided to not put in my portfolio. And then for the Ponchev, I think this one was a good image to have. Just it kind of shows everything, the massing, the locations, the programming, and the train station. And here I get the elevations just to see how my proposal fits within the existing context. I included a site plan and some isometric view of my train station, and here I can put some text. So this was for the build project. Here on the left, that was like the final design. We had something a bit different at the beginning, but that's the developer version. And here on the right, we got some photos of how we made it. Photo of us in the workshop, photo of us installing, and photo of showing the kind of effect that the mirrors were providing, and just a group photo at the end of the event. And ArchiCAD and SketchUp, so I wanted to include that just to show that I could draft and I could design. I got experience in doing resource consent and building consent in the past, so I included that as well. And for SketchUp, I just wanted to show that I know how to use it to model, but also I took it a bit further by using it to study architecture by doing precedent, like the Villa Maria and Massing Context. This is Auckland City, and doing some 3D detail. That's like the one that I did just to learn a bit about how things were going together. And this page was just to show what I do outside of school and work, which is still related to architecture a bit. So Urban Sketcher Auckland, like I said, just a meetup group where we meet every month and different location around Auckland, and we sketch. It's good. Since I spend most of my time on the computer, it's good to get outside, meet people, socialize, and sketch. And then you realize how out of touch sometimes you can be, that you need to practice a little bit more. And well, also some photos of the work that I've done. And the YouTube channel, of course. And this is the last page where I'm just gonna put my CV. So that's where I'm at the moment. I'm still not too sure about the look of it. It looks kind of... It doesn't look as nice as the best architecture portfolio design that I've seen on ArcDaily. Yeah, those drawings are really nice, and it's just more simple. I guess it's kind of more like the look that I'm aiming for. A lot of images, a bit of text. Looks like a magazine, but like for example, those ones are pretty simple, like one drawing per page, and get straight to the point. I think what's difficult with my presentation is that over the years, during each presentation, I tried something new. I've seen, like, I spend my time on Pinterest and I see how other people present their work, and I was like, oh, that's really nice, I want to try. So in every project, I try something new, and new workflow, new perspective view, and that's why most of my project, the presentation looks different. Like maybe like the terrace housing and the America's Cup are pretty similar, because they were done. I've done terrace housing and the America's Cup, The high rise was done like the previous year, and the point shape was my final project. But then this one I wanted to go more. Now as you can see, there's more like a drawing style, more sketchy. Oops. Zoom out quickly. Right. Yeah, so this one was a bit more sketchy, but that's something that I wanted to try. But yeah, I'll try to finish the portfolio tonight and get some writing on it as well. I mean, if you have any comment or suggestions about how I can improve the portfolio, just put it in the comment. Yeah, I think what I like to do as well is to embed some links that could later link to my website. So if you wanted to see more of it, like more views, you could see it, and maybe the panels of the different presentation, and maybe the 3D model. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. See ya.